Hello everybody, this is Jen. I think this is going to be a hard book to video because it's very full and it's very big, and I don't know if I can fit it all in the screen, but I'm going to try. This is a custom order. I think I only have 2 more on my waiting list, and then I am going to stop doing custom orders and just try to fill up my Etsy shop. So this has a lot of trim laces on the front. I love that image of that little girl. There's book pages, and this happens to be a napkin decoupage on the actual cover. I didn't know if that would hold up or not, so I do have a couple layers of Mod Podge on top of that. Here are a little heart and a key on the edge of the closure. This is the back, and this is just a little it's like a, I don't know what you would call it, something you slip on a belt or something, like a little belt glidey thing. I don't think that's a technical term. Anyway, here's a couple bells on a rusted pin, and little rose trim down at the bottom. And as I said, it's very, very full. This is just fabric, cotton fabric, and then I stitched lace on it for the closure. And this is a actual very old vintage button I got out of my grandma's button box. So that's the front. And I may not show you all the tuck spots because I think we would be here, most of the day. Anyway, she liked the colors purple, red, and green, and that was quite a challenge for me because it's very difficult to put those colors together. This first couple of pages, I didn't go with a color scheme. I got some vintage buttons over here down the side. Here is a little booklet. There's a bird cut out from Cindy McDermott, number 2. And then it says, one day she discovered she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fear. And here's a little tag in a belly band. It says, leave a little sparkle wherever you go. And that's got some sequins on it and a little metal heart. And then you just fold it up. It's like tri-fold. Oh, there's a purple heart. And that slides back in that little tuck spot. And this page also has a pocket for things in. I'm going to add some more stuff to that pocket. I haven't really finished that yet. And the next page, this is where I started. What I did was, since I couldn't make those colors work together, I did sections. I have a purple section, a red section, and a green section. This happens to be the purple section. And I've got a flip up down here. It said, blessed are they who see beautiful things in humble places where others see nothing. And then you fold that down, and there's a darling little girl in a little straw hat and some fabric flowers over here. There is an envelope, handmade envelope behind her. Not sure what's... Oh, this is just something Oh, there's Bunny. Hello, people. It's me, Bunny. And this is just old coffee-dyed paper that I folded up inside the envelope for secrets or whatever somebody would like to write on that. It's for all your journaling needs. I never leave pages empty in my journals, so I have to leave some tuck spots with paper in them so you could actually write something. This is a napkin decoupage on music paper. And down here in this little belly band is a little booklet. And it says, we are the music makers and we are the dreamers of dreams. And there's a little tuck spot with some purple colored fabric. And let's see what's in here. Oh, it says, whisper to my heart. And there's a little heart on there, and bunny again. And these are just some blank pages with some stamping on them. And then there is a pull-out envelope over here on the side. And life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Maya Angelou said that. And there is a little dove down there in the corner. So that goes back in that little envelope. And the envelope goes back in this little tuck spot. And that's the end of the little booklet. And this is fabric on the front, and this is an old handkerchief. And the next page, we have some beautiful lace on this page with a booklet inside that has some crocheted flower and just some different kinds of trims and lace. And there's a picture of a sweet baby and doily. It says find something beautiful in every day. And there is a heart with some pretty flowers and a little tiny envelope over here. And this just has some little tiny, oh, I don't know, stamps and little tiny ephemera tucked in there. And then that goes there, and I have the little paper clip to hold it in place. If I can get it back on. Okay, and there is, oh, this is a napkin decoupage, and this is also a napkin decoupage of a little girl. So that goes in this beautiful lace page. And then this page has a picture. I think I got this paper from Sue Olson's shop. And I put a purple belly band there. And then it's got tags in it. I'm not going to read all of the quotes, but there's 3 tags that fit into that belly band. And then there is a pocket here on the side that's got room for something. I don't have anything in there right now. And now we're coming to the red section. And over here is a picture of a little girl pulling a little tiny elephant on wheels. And then the door says, strictly no elephants. And I got these, Tim Holtz has these new big chipboard pieces with words on it. This one says noted. And I bought those the other day at Hobby Lobby. And this is just a big tag. And here is another big tag. It says, never let anyone step on your dreams. And so those slide in behind the picture in tuck spots. On this page, we have a little girl, and down at the bottom, this is a crocheted tuck spot. And in here is a little envelope with a little tiny booklet inside of it. Never let them steal your joy. And down at the bottom it's X and O. So there is some journaling paper for you. And I stamped on the envelope. And that goes right back in that tuck spot. And then behind the little girl, there's a big tag. It says hope. And some, a bead, a pretty bead that I found hanging on a safety pin, and on the back it says, my hopes are not always realized, but I always hope. And that goes in the tuck spot behind the little girl. And then I've got this picture of this really pretty lady. I think she looks amazing. And on this page there is a crocheted piece with embroidery on it and crocheted red trim at the bottom. And in here is a big pocket and an envelope that I covered with a napkin decoupage. And in here, I get hooked on these little tiny booklets. I don't know why, but I just think they're really fun to make. And in here is a little belly band with a tiny butterfly and there's a heart at the bottom, and you could just use that for journaling or something. And it sticks in the belly band, and then I left the butterfly over the top to be easy to get it out. It said she made broken look beautiful and strong look invincible. She walked with the universe on her shoulders and made it look like a pair of wings. And I just thought the lady on this page over here looked like the lady that they were talking about when they were talking about this lady. And here is a little pocket in this book. It says, "You will never regret being kind." And then there's the back with just a postcard and a key on the back. So that goes back in this envelope, which I was pretty it's made out of a book page actually, and I was pretty happy with the way the napkin decoupage looked when I was done. So that goes in here. And then the next page, I have a picture of a bunny rabbit having tea, and I put all these different red trims on the top. And this has an envelope with, let's see here. Though I cannot flee this world of corruption, I can prepare tea with water from a mountain stream and put my heart to rest. I thought that sounded very peaceful and very serene. And so that goes back in here, and in the tuck spot behind the bunny picture of the bunny having tea. Let's see here if we can, it's just the book is really hard to handle at this point, and it's really full. And then this page has pictures of different kinds of tea stuff, teapots. There's a lady having a cup of tea down at the bottom. There's a tag here that has the word tea on it and a teacup on the back. And then this has a tea pitcher and cup. It says tea is always a good idea. And that sticks in the tuck spot behind that milk bottle cap thing. And then, here's another booklet. And this is covered with some red embroidered fabric. I think it was actually a pillowcase. It says, "The mere chink of cups and saucers tunes the mind to happy repose." And here is some red fabric with a bird on it in flight. And here is a little tag with red trims on it. It says, "Come along, let's have biscuits and tea and see if we can make this world a better place." And that sticks in the first pocket. This one I pulled out by mistake. This one goes, let's see, I don't think this has a pocket. There's just a couple decorated pages. And, oh, here's a fabric with a heart on it. And it says, what does it say? Tea not only quenches thirst, but dissipates sorrow. And that goes in this tuck spot behind the heart. And then there's a little tiny paper over here. And it says, "You can't buy happiness, but you can buy tea," and that's kind of the same thing. And that sticks right here, slides in on the side. Okay, and this little booklet goes in here behind this page. And then I did something that I've never done before, which is actually leave, this is the green section, and I left my strings from my sewing, and I don't know if I like it or if I don't like it. She can always cut them off if she doesn't like it, because it's all securely sewn, so it won't make any difference. So I got these puzzle pieces down the side. 2 of them I got from Michelle Mulligan that are covered with glossy accents, and the last one I did myself. And then there's some trim down here and a big pocket. And in the pocket, we got Bunny here on the side, and then it says, "When I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew." That was from Shakespeare. And then in this little pocket, it says, You are as close as I will ever come to magic. And that sticks right down in here. And that is the end of that little booklet. And that sticks in here. I made this out of a pattern, sewing pattern. And on the back it says, and she loved a little boy very, very much, even more than she loved herself. So that tag goes in here behind that ephemera. And then this page, we have a couple little boys down here at the bottom in Indian outfits, and I just have boys on the side there. And then it says brave, exploring, be fearless. Those are all those little things you usually associate with little boys. And this tag has, I think I got this jar from Susan Salyer, and I put bugs on it and put a couple stamps of some bugs, because in my experience, little boys are always collecting bugs and things that are a little bit gross. And it says boy, noun, a noise with dirt on it. A little boy is the wildest of all the animals, but you can't get him out of your heart. And that tag goes up here behind that little tuck spot. And the next page, we've got a picture down here. I took a playing card and I made a house, what looks like a house, and then I took the words home over there. They're made out of chipboard, and I just glued them down the side of the page with a key on it. And there's a tuck spot up here with home. It says where life begins and love never ends. And then on this page, I have a pop-up. It says where we love is home, home that our feet may leave but never our hearts. And this also has the strings hanging off of it. I don't know if I like that look or not. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And then there's some lace around the edge here. And then I've got two tags that go behind that. One of them just has a heart on it. It says there's no place like home. And this one says life takes you to unexpected places and love brings you home. And this is just a wooden cutout thing. I had this paper that I think you were supposed to be able to do like a rub on, and it was supposed to put shiny stuff on your object, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work. I tried both sides and it didn't work, so I just gave up. And there's a book page on the back and some bottles stamped on there. And the next page, let's see, we have, this is like a quilt that I took pieces of fabric and I kind of stitched it together in squares with a button in the middle of it to kind of make a simple quilt. And then I sewed a belly band across it. And it says, never underestimate the comfort of an old quilt. And there's the dictionary description for that. A worn quilt is a trusted friend. So those go in the belly band behind the quilt. And then on the other page, this is actually a piece of an old quilt that I have that is very well worn. And here's another envelope that I did with decoupage. And there's paper inside there for writing, journaling. And this is an old handkerchief. And I just stretched it across and sewed it and made like a belly band on that page. So, and I see that it's slipping, so I'll probably have to put a paper clip or something on there. And this page has a picture of a little girl dancing. It says, I hope you dance. And on this page, I used, let's see here. This is just some pattern on this page, and then at the bottom I took an old piece of paper towel and I used that for a pocket, and I lined it with a piece of paper. But that was an idea that I got from Michelle Mulligan because she stamped on her old pieces of paper towel that she used when she was coffee dyeing, and I thought it was pretty cool. And then this is just a cupcake wrapper and a doily and an old paper flower that I found. And this says, may you catch fireflies and wish on stars, dance with fairies and talk to the man in the moon. Find the magic, it's just inside your heart. And there is a stamped image I have of a little girl on some music paper. Duh. And here is another booklet. It's got a picture of a beautiful little girl and some lace. And this is just some patterned paper. There's a little picture of a bunny. It says the most noble. And that just opens up like that. And the next page says always believe that something wonderful is about to happen. And there's a picture of a bird. It says soar. And inside here is another one of those little tiny envelopes. I'm not going to take it all the way out because it's already paper clipped in there. And it doesn't have much in it, just some little ephemera stuff. And then there's the back of the book. So that goes in this tuck spot over here with the other one. Okay, there we go. All right, and this page, we have a beautiful lady with trims and dictionary paper and doilies and all kinds of different kinds of layers of stuff. And over here, we have a big pocket made out of a vintage handkerchief. And then we have, well, actually, this is another booklet. This is a tag with a pretty lady on it. And in here, I got a little thing that says Love Notes. It's on there with a pin. And this is just some pretty trim that makes a pocket. And this is just an empty book. It says she dreamed beautiful dreams. I mean, this is just paper that I painted over so that you could, you know, write something on there if you want. So there's that tag, and then this is like a little booklet, and there's a really pretty lady. This came from Sue Olson's shop on some vintage paper. It says, by doing what you love, you awaken the hearts of others. And then there's some more of that paper from Sue Olson. And on the back it says, be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. And then there's a big butterfly at the bottom. Okay, and this is the last page, and there is a really pretty image of a little girl, and down here is a butterfly pocket, and on this page we have a sack, you know, sewn on some trim and some fabric, and down here there's this is an envelope I made, and then I took some corrugated cardboard and did a napkin decoupage over that. And in this thing, this is actually a plain card, and then on the back I made a little tuck spot, which again I got that idea from Michelle Mulligan. She has lots of great ideas. And there's a little booklet inside here. And it says, believe in yourself. And when you pull this out, it says something. She couldn't keep her colors inside the lines, so she drew new lines. And then there's a little space for all your journaling needs. And it says, try our coffee, it's delicious. So that's just a little tiny booklet, and it goes behind this playing card, and on the front of the playing card is the moon, and that goes in this tuck spot over here. And then on the last page I have this page that actually came out of the book, And it's just, and it's part 4 of the book. It says reserved and then a sweet story. And this is for your journaling needs. And I did some stamping down at the bottom. And the back side is blank. And then I have this big tag. These are little wooden circle beads, I guess. And then it says, sunsets are proof that endings can be beautiful. And there's Bunny's little butt. And so that goes back in this tuck spot inside the sack on the last page. And then down here it says Fairy Whispers, and I have a little fairy stamp, and I put some glitter on there. And then this is a little fairy on the back, and actually this little paper goes in here. It's just, again, it's just basically that I made this. It's a little special note for the lady that bought this book. So, and it goes in there, in this little pocket, and just like that. And then this sticks inside the corrugated part of the envelope I made. Okay, so, and then we go to the back of the book, which you've already seen. So, okay, I'm done. I made it. And I hope that I made it so that you could actually see what I was trying to show you, because I don't have the best videoing set up here, and I'm not the best at doing that. But anyway, thank you for going through this journey with me. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.